Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. So I have already done this reading twice and my phone glitched both times. Even started it through a third time. Third time was not a charm, and my phone keeps glitching, so I'm onto my computer because these are such powerful and beautiful messages. So this is a general reading. This is for all signs, for anybody who is interested in hearing these messages. You are welcome here. So, all right. To be in the past, in the beginning, in the past, where we're starting is a lack of self-esteem, a lack of self-confidence, a lack of sense of self. It feels like this is how you were raised. This is, it feels like a family of origin where everybody's very insecure, very immature, a lack of real emotional growth, and definitely steeped in control and patriarchy. This family dynamic almost feels like a cult of personality. There's a lot of lies and infighting and fighting for power, and a lot of toxic dynamics, codependency, obsessions, addictions. And this has been going on for a long time. This isn't just a few generations. This has been passed down for a long time, ancestors. This is a lot of lies and deceit, immaturity. This is the type of family dynamic that I'm tuning into. Is it's why there's a insecurity and a lack of sense of self, is it's more important how you're perceived, your ego, the story of who you are, than how you feel about yourself. As a matter of fact, how you feel about yourself is discouraged. It doesn't matter. It has no importance. So these are very empty people with a lot of masking behaviors. They're very masked, very fake, very artificial, and over time they're all masked, and their concerns are about how others perceive them. There's not any real sense of self that they've cultivated for themselves. It looks like because you give your power away in this type of dynamic to others and how they see you, you expend a lot of energy and time trying to convince people, trying to manipulate people, trying to beg people, trying whatever to get them to see you in a good light, how you see yourself. And that, so they've got power and control over you. So because if they're not seeing you how you want to be seen, then you're in trouble, and you have to, it feels like that. It feels like your life is in danger. Because you're dependent on how they view you, because how you are treated and taken care of as a child is dependent on how your parents felt about you, because they didn't love you unconditionally. They loved you conditionally based on how you make them feel. So you outsource. Everyone outsources in this type of environment the responsibility for how they feel to others. So if someone activates or triggers some kind of feeling within them, then they blame whoever created that. It also made you very susceptible to smooth talkers, people who tell you what you want to hear. Because, oh my gosh, someone who's telling you you're amazing, you're all, and who knows how to tell you to see you how you want to be seen, it feels like a miracle. It feels wonderful. So it feels like romantic partners could really convince you that how they're seeing you is how you see yourself. That's the love bombing phase. It feels like they could manipulate those wounds. You desperately wanting someone to see you how you see yourself, but they were just manipulating those emotions. Once they got you hooked, then they would switch. Now you need to see them the way they want to be seen, and it looks like they start projecting blame onto you, and that's in the current energy. In present time, we have the sun in reverse. So this is a lack of clarity, a lack of joy, a lack of happiness. And it's in reference to a relationship. It feels like there's a chronic lack of clarity and a lack of happiness. It feels like you believe this person, this partner, is your soulmate. There's love there, but there's so much uncertainty and confusion and a lack of joy. Why, when at the beginning of this relationship, there was so much love, and I was like, this is my person, because I've never felt that way, because they were telling you exactly what you wanted to hear about yourself. And they manipulate how they know they can control you, how they're through their perception of you, and that you will do anything to get back to them seeing you in that way that felt so good for you and your soul. It mimicked someone truthfully and honestly who really would see you that way, but they did it for manipulation. And so it feels like this relationship has been a freaking nightmare, because it's so confusing, and you've been trying to figure it out from the inside. And also it feels like there's a mother wound here that you both are exploring, that's keeping you in this connection, because you fear rejection and abandonment and neglect. And this person is just massaging and your wounds to manipulate you. This person is very immature, and they have a very low emotional EQ. They are shallow. Because they don't have that sense of self, they are spending so much of their time and energy as life goes on the story and how others perceive them. They haven't cultivated any internal anything. And so everything is a fight for that power and perception, power and the power through perception. They consciously and purposely have manifested your unhappiness and the lack of clarity. Again, the sun in reverse. This is purposeful. This is to keep you confused. If you see them clearly, if the lights turn on and you're like, oh, I don't want to play this game. I'm not in a power struggle. I just want to be loved and I have a partner. And you are not in a partnership. You are in a power struggle with someone utilizing you, using you. They are consciously and purposely, if this is resonating, wanting your unhappiness, because and they want you stuck. They don't want you to be able to move on. They don't want you to have happiness. This is the scapegoat type of energy that is also in the family of origin so many messages coming through about this, because this person, the people in charge, are immature children at heart and empty and stuck in survival mode and manipulation and deception. And so they're playing a very different game. They don't have permission to feel their emotions, because the emotions make them bad and weak, they believe. And so when uncomfortable emotions and feelings arise, someone needs to be in their environment that they can blame, that they can funnel these feelings to, and blame someone for them feeling those emotions. They don't even have to really fully feel them. They just project them out, and then they see that person, that scapegoat, they're feeling those emotions. And instead of that person having to feel them, they them out on someone else, and then they feel them, and they're having it, and they feel powerful because they didn't have to feel those emotions, and that person's weak because they felt those emotions. See what I mean? So shame and blame, they need people around them that because most everybody is seeing these people as wonderful. What's wrong? Because they're covert. This is very covert and quiet, kind of behind the scenes, and people who are in it don't even really recognize and realize that they're in this game, this sick game. So this person, whoever does this, they use their partners as who to blame, who to funnel, who behind the scenes, behind closed doors, they are punishing and making their life miserable, and then they can walk away. They feel empowered, they feel confident because they've unloaded their stuff, their emotions. Whew, whew. Okay, it looks like despite this heavy stuff that I'm talking about, you have got blessings coming in. And you're strategizing. You've got this renewed sense of energy and excitement about life. And it feels like you're leaving this toxic stuff behind, and you're focusing on what you would prefer. I think you realize that you can't win in this game. You only get entrapped. It feels like samsara, the Buddhist term for hell, is cyclical, getting stuck and in this internal system and not even realizing that you can get yourself unstuck, but you're blinded to samsara, being stuck in a cyclical loop. And that's what that feels like. You can't win. You will never get everybody to see you the way you want to see them. You want them to see you. And if you even try, you're giving your power away. You're not cultivating and focusing on your own emotions, what you want. And what's so beautiful about this reading is that you are cultivating you. You're finding your blessings, you're strategizing, and you've got this renewed sense of self that you're stepping into whatever future. It feels like you haven't quite stepped out. It feels like it's gaining speed. Very beautiful. Okay. What's hidden is the 8 of Inspiration in reverse. This is 8 of Wands in reverse. This is a lack of communication. It feels like the more you disconnect and go no contact with anybody playing this type of game, family, friends, work people, people out and about, it feels like once you recognize, oh, I don't want to play that game. My job is not to convince you of who I am. If you can't see me, then, we're just on a different page, and that's okay. It feels like you're not giving energy to any of this type of samsara activity. And by disconnecting, you are finding incredible abundance, loyalty, passions. Your finances are rebounding even because you're feeling more stable and secure and safe. You're finding your truth instead of begging others to perceive you. Jeez. People want to work with you. People are interested in working with you. You have new opportunities coming in. So lots of new energy coming in right now with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. New tangible 3D opportunities and things that you're really passionate about, things that spark interest in you, get you very excited. And you're ending a very painful cycle. It feels very purposeful. The more you pull away from this toxicity and this toxic way of being, the more you just are in alignment with your blessings, with you, with a natural state of being. It feels very unnatural how you were raised, and it feels like you are just moving into your natural alignment. And with natural alignment comes blessings. It's not that you have to amp up, that you have to really be special. It's that you just have to be in alignment. Once you're in alignment, everything flows much more easily to and through you. And so what others might perceive as blessings are just a natural state of being. Wow. Love those messages. All right. The advice is the Temperance card in reverse. The advice is to keep balancing out. Keep finding your balance. Alignment isn't a one and done type of thing. You don't find your alignment, you graduate, you get a certificate, and you move on. Alignment is moment to moment. You could be in alignment perfectly right now, and the next minute think about something else, focus on something else, and be out of alignment. So as a psychic, I've seen this in readings. I'm watching in one-to-one readings the person's energy as they talk, as I talk, looking at their energy because it's constantly shifting. It's constantly moving depending on what you're focusing on and how you feel about it and what beliefs you have. So it's so cool in readings to talk with someone. I've given this example before. This is a businessman that I work with who's very successful, multi-million-dollar company, and many houses, does really well. When he is talking about his business, his alignment is so solid and so clear. He doesn't have any doubts. And so abundance is just flowing in as a state of being. When he would talk about relationships and connections, his energy was completely different, very blocked, confusion, a lot of unconscious energy, a lot of pain, and a lot of pain and fear. So it's not about I've achieved enlightenment and now I can just rest. You are or aren't in alignment constantly. And as you grow and evolve, that your center, your alignment changes. And so you get to re-find yourself over and over and over again. Who am I today? Where am I now? Can I make space and allow whatever arises and where I'm at to be okay? So the advice is that you've been out of balance for a while, and that's okay. I think noticing when you're out of balance, and instead of like, oh, I'm out of balance or I'm bad because I'm out of alignment. No, that's a natural state too. Being out of alignment means that I can recognize I'm out of alignment. How does it feel to be out of alignment? where would alignment be? Getting curious. So, and having fun. The advice is playfulness. As serious as these messages were, and a different perspective, it feels like leaving this energy with joy, with fun. Can you invite fun in? Can you align with fun and playfulness? Can you play with your animal? Can you play with your kids? Can you skip down the hall? As silly as that feels, can you move some energy? It feels like your inner child wants to come out to play. Your inner child that spent so much time trying to get parents and others' approval, it feels like now you can invite, as you heal and become more and more safe, a safe place for your inner child. Play. Invite your inner child away from the toxic and anger and frustration, and bring some playfulness. It feels like it moves some energy. It feels like the giggles and the silliness and feeling absurd. I just got this picture of people all over just skipping. Some doing like the Wizard of Oz skip, and some just skipping and being big and silly. How that can move energy and invite your inner child a safe, fun place to be giggly. Wow. All right. That's your reading. I hope this was helpful. Such interesting messages. So take care. Have a great day.